Hi everyone, this is Stephanie Thomas
And I'm Mary Thomas.
of Thomas and Thomas PC. And today we are going to talk about a little known thing. Most times we run into clients who unfortunately are being audited and they get angry that their CPA or their bookkeeper did not know the appropriate taxability treatment. And what we usually tell them is a simple little thing. CPAs don't necessarily know about sales and use tax and the nuances of sales and use tax.
It's like going to a doctor. When you go into the doctor, they have to know a broad range of what may be going on with you. But if they see something weird is going on with your pancreas or with your heart, they're going to send you to a specialist. That's really what sales and use tax is. We deal with a lot of bookkeepers and CPAs who come to us and say, you know what? We don't do what you do. We want you to service our client, to handle this part of it. There's no shame in that.
No.
And as a consumer, as someone who is doing business, I personally appreciate it when people tell me, hey, this is a special area and I don't necessarily do this. A lot of times people get into trouble because they don't understand the different registrations, or they really have a really good analysis of taxability in the beginning of their business, but they decide to expand into a different area.
Or a different jurisdiction.
Be it a different state, a different
Service,
product line,
yeah.
a different service. When you do any of that, you have to reassess what the taxability is and what your responsibilities are. One of my favorite things, actually it's not one of my favorite things, it really does, it saddens me when I see this. It's when I have a client who is a rental company. They rent machinery to people, and they issue resale certificates to get all that machinery tax-free.
Which is appropriate.
But then they start offering a service where they use that equipment to provide a non-taxable service to the client. Well, guess what? That machine ain't non-taxable anymore if you use it to provide a service. So, and you see it again when you have people who will say, well, you know what? I'm going to do business. I'm going to do business in Oklahoma. I have an employee who has decided that they are going to work remotely from Oklahoma, and I love them so much, I'm going to let them stay in my business, but they're going to work from home in Oklahoma. Well, you got to register in Oklahoma now.
Yeah.
Because you have a presence there. You have an employee there. So, it's getting your mind wrapped around that every decision that you make, every small decision that you make, it does have a sales and use tax ramification to it. And it may be something that your CPA may not necessarily be on the ground floor of.
It's just like I say, and I think the comparison of you have a GP versus a specialist is a very good comparison. We focused on state and local taxes. We don't do federal taxes.
Mm-hmm.
That's just too much to try to navigate, you know. And in sales tax, I think it's pretty much the same way. A lot of CPAs and bookkeepers are not focused on it because they're focused on other areas of accounting that are important.
They are. And the thing about it is that's that saying, jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
If you feel like you need some help, we had a client that came in the other day and he's like, this has been tickling my brain for a while. When you get that tickle, that typically means something is there. Look for it. And, ask your CPA to be straight with you, or your bookkeeper, because I get a lot of bookkeepers who are like, ooh, I don't want to do sales tax. It is an important issue.
Mm-hmm.
Be candid and ask, you know what, is this something that you're comfortable with? Is this something that you want to do? Some people will take it on and they will rock it and rock it well.
And then other people, they'll say, I'm not really interested in knowing all of that, and I don't feel comfortable addressing that need for you. Maybe, you need to listen to them and realize that they maybe can't handle all of that in addition to their normal duties.
So that's all that we wanted to say about your CPA/bookkeeper, the people you have in your company that you may be relying on to understand and take care of sales tax. You don't ask people to do things that they don't do, or don't ask people to step out of what they normally do if they haven't specifically taken that on. Just take a step back and just assess whether or not you really need to have somebody else come in
and take a look
at it and make sure that you're okay. There is nothing wrong with an interim review. They can
Yes.
save you lots and lots of time and money. And we'll talk about interim reviews later. But an interim review basically is when you pick a transaction or you pick a time period and you have somebody come in and you say, okay, audit me. Tell me how I'm doing on this. So that you can, number one, you can fix it.
Yeah.
Before anybody's on your back to fix it.
Yeah, before a state taxing authority comes in.
And it can save you money in terms of if you call your client up while you're still in the field and you say, hey, I have to charge you tax now. You're more likely to get paid than if you call them when the job is over.
Or 3 years or 4 years after everything is done. And who knows if they're even in business.
And we've seen that before, too.
We've seen that, too.
So, that is the end of this video. We hope we gave you some good information. If you like the video, please thumb it up and subscribe.
Yeah.
And if you have any thoughts or anything that you want to hear about, hit us up. You just may see it.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.